The imperial court of the seventh spiral had seen many wonders. Empress Salira Ven, whose scales shimmered like crushed sapphires under the twin suns, had witnessed diplomatic envoys from 1,000 worlds, tasted delicacies that could extend life by decades, and commanded fleets that could reshape planets. But nothing in her 3 centuries of rule had prepared her for the sight of her own children, the royal twins, Kes and Mira, clinging to the legs of a human. A human. "Your Majesty," the protocol officer wheezed, his gills fluttering in distress. "The twins refuse to leave the humans' quarters. They've been there since dawn meal." Salira rose from her throne, her forearms folding in a gesture of controlled irritation. Humans had only joined the Galactic Assembly 2 cycles ago, and their reputation preceded them like a shockwave. They were the species that had survived a Class 9 extinction event on their homeworld. The ones who looked at a vacuum and saw opportunity. The ones who, inexplicably, kept predators as companions in their homes. Terrifying was the diplomatic term. Insane was what most species whispered, and now one was apparently holding her children hostage. The walk to the guest quarters felt longer than usual. Salira's guards flanked her, their plasma lances humming with readiness. When the doors opened, she expected chaos. Violence. Perhaps a hostage situation that would require the delicate touch of a monarch who'd negotiated peace across star systems. Instead, she smelled something extraordinary. The scent hit her first. Rich, sweet, with undertones of warmth that seemed to bypass her olfactory sensors and speak directly to some primal part of her brain. It smelled like safety, like home, like the rare Caecilian honey blooms that grew only once every decade in her private gardens. "Mama." Kess's voice rang out, delighted. "Mama, come try. Miss Tara made the flatbreads again." Salira entered the humans' quarters and froze. Her children, the heirs to the oldest empire in the 7th spiral, the ones groomed from hatching to embody dignity and composure, were sitting cross-legged on the floor. Their formal robes were dusted with white powder. Mira had what appeared to be a sticky golden substance on her face. And between them stood the human. Tara Wynn was not impressive by galactic standards. She stood barely 5.5 feet tall, her frame slight compared to the muscled bulk of most spacefaring species. Her skin was a warm brown, her hair twisted, into thick coils that defied zero-gravity regulations. She wore a simple outfit covered by an apron that read, "Kiss the Cook" in her species' bizarre angular script. But her eyes, Salira noticed them immediately. They were dark and sharp, with the predator's forward-facing focus that made so many species uncomfortable. Eyes that tracked movement, eyes that calculated, eyes that were currently crinkled with warmth as she flipped something in a heated pan. "Your Majesty." Tara's voice was cheerful, accented with the peculiar tonal patterns of Earth Standard. She didn't bow, didn't even straighten to attention. She just waved a spatula in greeting. "Perfect timing. Just finished a fresh batch. Pull up a cushion." The protocol officer made a strangled sound. Salira's guards tensed, and the Empress found herself intrigued. "Miss Wynn," Salira said carefully using the human's linguistic conventions, "I was informed my children have refused to attend their morning tutoring sessions." "Oh yeah, that." Tara slid 2 golden brown discs onto a plate, then drizzled them with the sticky substance. Some kind of tree sap, if Salira's database was correct. "We were talking about Earth breakfast traditions. Cultural exchange, you know? Very diplomatic." She winked. Kes tugged at Salira's lower arm. "Mama, they're called pancakes, and they're amazing. Miss Tara says on Earth, humans make them every week. Can you imagine? Having something this good all the time?" Mira nodded enthusiastically, her mouth too full to speak. Salira's tactical mind raced. The human had bypassed every security protocol, charmed her children, and was now, if she understood correctly, attempting to feed her tree sap. This should have been an incident, a breach, something requiring stern diplomatic consequences. "Would you like to try one, Your Majesty?" Tara held out a plate. "I promise they're not poisonous. Already got cleared by your medical staff. Took 3 days and about 40 forms, but we got there. There was something in the human's smile. No malice. No calculated manipulation that Salira had learned to detect over centuries of courtly intrigue. Just genuine pleasure at sharing something she loved. Salira took the plate. The first bite was a revelation. The texture was unlike anything in the imperial cuisine, soft yet structured, sweet yet balanced. The tree sap, maple syrup, Tara provided helpfully, added a complexity that made Salira's taste sensors light up in patterns she'd never experienced. But more than that, there was something in the making of it. Some quality that transcended mere nutrition. It tasted like someone cared. The secret, Tara said, sitting down beside the twins with her own plate, is you gotta make them with love. That's what my grandmother always said. You can have the perfect recipe, the exact measurements, but if you're not making them for someone you care about, they're just food. Kes leaned against Tara's shoulder. Tell Mama about the chocolate chips. Oh, we're not ready for that level yet, Tara laughed. Gotta master the basics first. Salira sat down slowly, her formal robes pooling around her. Her guards looked scandalized. The protocol officer might have fainted. But the Empress of the 7th Spiral found herself taking another bite. Your species confuses us, Salira admitted quietly. The reports say humans are dangerous, that you turn everything into weapons, that you never stop, never yield, never accept defeat. Tara nodded, unbothered. Yeah, that's all true. We're stubborn as hell. We've got this thing where we look at the universe saying no and we just keep going anyway. She poured more syrup on Mira's pancakes at the child's silent request. But see that same thing that makes us terrifying? It's also why we care so damn much. She looked up at Salira, those predator eyes suddenly very human. We fight for what we love, Your Majesty, whether that's our planet, our people, or making sure 2 sweet kids get a good breakfast. It's all the same drive. We don't give up on the things that matter. Salira understood then. The Galactic Assembly had been right to fear humans. They were relentless, creative, and utterly unwilling to accept limits. But they'd missed something crucial in their assessment. Humans didn't just fight. They nurtured. Miss Wynne, Salira said formally, I would like to discuss extending your cultural exchange program, permanently, as an official Imperial appointment. Tara's face split into a wide grin. Does that mean I can teach the palace kitchen staff? It means, Salira said, surprising herself with her own smile, that my children need a proper breakfast every morning. And perhaps, she took another bite, the Empress does as well. Kes and Mira cheered. And in a small kitchen on an alien world, a human made pancakes, while an empire learned that the most terrifying species in the galaxy was also the most loving. That, Salira reflected, might be what made them truly dangerous, or truly wonderful. She was still deciding which.